Coach, what was your assessment of the performance today?
It was a clean scrimmage. That was the main goal today, was just to play clean football. We took care of it. We had no turnovers and kept the penalties to a minimum. I think we had one holding penalty and one false start, and we had one substitution penalty that was probably more my fault than anybody else's. So yeah, I thought it was, for a first scrimmage, that's the main goal, is just play clean. Execution isn't all the way there yet at times, but overall I was pleased.
Did a lot of young guys get in? Did you play a lot of players to try and make sure to get eyes on a lot of those guys and see what they were able to do today?
Yeah, they got to play a lot. We went about 40 plays of what we call thud tempo with our veteran players, where we're not tackling to the ground. There's contact, and we're playing 11-on-11 football. It's fairly realistic, but not full game like yet. And then we went 50 plays with where we were tackling, and a lot of the younger players got to play in that part of the practice, and it was good to see those guys in a game type situation at a variety of positions.
All right, we'll go with Jake Hatch, Jake Ruth, followed by Kevin Reynolds. You're up, Jake.
Yeah, Coach Roderick, I wanted to ask you just for your evaluation of how your quarterbacks performed as a unit.
Overall, it was a good day. Again, we took care of the ball. That's the main thing in a first scrimmage. There's a lot of mixed match lineups out there. We're rotating offensive linemen a lot. We're rotating tight ends. We held some good players out, and so anytime you start subbing people in and out like that, there's a chance that maybe not every play is going to go perfectly. And so at the quarterback position, it's really important in these things to just show that you have command of the offense and that you know what you're doing with the ball. And I thought we took good care of it. So, and that was all the guys took care of the ball. We had one play the whole day that was, you would say, was nearly a turnover. Everything else was, making good decisions. And so I was happy with that. I thought we made some good throws, and and then as we get closer to a game and we start honing in on who's going to be playing in that game, our execution is going to get cleaner and better. I'm really confident of that.
And how did you divvy up reps? Like how many for Jaron versus a guy Conover, et cetera?
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I think Jaron played about 25 plays. I think Conover and Cade Finnegan both played around 20. And Soljay and Nick got in there. I think they were both around 10, 12 apiece, something like that. Those are estimates. It's pretty close to that.
Aaron, who was the offensive star of camp today, of the scrimmage today?
The star, Tanner Wall made a great catch on he made a great play on a post corner route today. I thought was a nice catch. We had Miles Davis did some really good things. He showed up. He played. He had some good runs in the portion of practice where we were tackling, and he showed an ability to break some tackles. I thought that was good. Let's see who else. Cade Finnegan made some good plays. So did Jacob Conover. Both those guys made some good throws. And Jaron just did what he always does. He's just real efficient, very clean, and we didn't play him that much, so that it wasn't like he wouldn't have had like amazing stats or anything, but it's just he just did what he was supposed to do and showed good command of the offense. And I might be forgetting somebody, but those are just a few plays that pop into my head that were nice.
I don't have a
Aaron,
phone.
Aaron, how close are you to figuring out the offensive line starters and the rotation that you want there? And what did you kind of learn about that group today?
Sorry to give you the coach speak answer, but we need to watch the film. I know that's a boring answer, but I can't give you any definitive conclusions from the scrimmage right now about those guys individually. We're rotating them so much that I don't even know who's in half the time. I'm just calling plays, and then when we watch the film, I learn about who played well and who didn't. And I would say probably another week from now at least before we start to settle in on who our starting 5 is, or who our starting 8 might be, or starting 7. I don't know. I don't even know what shape that's going to take yet. There are some good players in that group, and it's going to be a challenge for sure. But it's a good problem to have.
Do we have any more questions for Coach Roderick? Jake Hatch, you're up.
Yeah, Aaron, in terms of how you're going to work with your tight ends, I know you've got a number of them, guys like Isaac and Dallin are proven vets, but you also have some of these young guys. How are you going about making sure that you get the guys ready for the season while also developing the depth behind them?
Well, obviously those 3 guys, Dallin, Isaac, and Mason Wake they're all 3 of our best players, so they're all going to play, and then we just have to, as we game plan, we just have to decide who's in the game and what situations. And the nice thing is, they're all different, but the nice thing is they can all do everything we need them to do in this offense, and including Mason's a better route runner than you think. He's not just a blocker, and Dallin's a better blocker than you think. He's not just a receiver, and so I think the nice thing about that group is you can't exactly pigeonhole what we might be doing when just based on who's in the game, and that's one thing we're working hard at this year, is to not have obvious tendencies about what those guys do well, and you're going to see a lot of all 3 of them this season. And then behind them, we have some good young players that are coming along. Ethan Erickson has had an excellent camp. Ethan Erickson's going to be a really good player someday, maybe this year. He's got a lot of ability, and he's really showing up. And but that's a good group, and we're just trying to keep them all healthy. We actually held Dallin out today. We're giving each of those guys is getting a day off here and there. Isaac had the day off yesterday. We'll probably give Mason Wake the day off Tuesday. We're just trying not to ever have them where they're all 3 taking the day off on the same day, so we can function at practice.
All right, we'll go Jared, Lloyd, and Ken Renz, and then that'll be it, Coach Roderick. So go ahead, Jared, and then Kevin, and then we'll be done.
Aaron, I talked to Kyson Hall on Wednesday, which was kind of fun to talk to him. I knew him from high school, and being Jaren's brother, he talked about being one of those young guys trying to keep up with the install and everything. But what do you see from him? What that relationship with Jaren as well?
Yeah, it's fun to have him on the team. He's he's just barely learning what to do. It's hard. These young receivers, it's hard to catch up, with the older guys that have been in the program 3-4 years. There's a lot of information they have to process in a short amount of time, and so his time's going to come. But we really like having him in the program. Obviously, the Hall family has been a special part of BYU football for a long time, and it's great. It's great to have him on the team.
You mentioned Tanner Wall a little bit earlier, but I'm curious what type of camp guys like Tanner Wall, Chase Roberts, and Braden Cosper have had from you, and do you think they're going to make a real push to have a big role this year?
Yeah, Chase and Cosper both are in our I don't know exactly what the word would be. I would say in our rotation. You're going to see those guys play in games for sure. And Tanner Wall is one of the most improved players in our program. When he first got here, he was right off a mission. His nickname's Elder Wall because when he got right off his mission, he was like, the mission wasn't good to him. Let's just put it that way. And now he's like one of the most ripped, physically fit guys on the team. He's really, really made an incredible improvement just in his athleticism, his physical shape, and he's a good player. He's learning what to do, and he's one of those guys that just keeps finding a way to show up. And I don't know exactly where he's at right now in Fessie's rotation, but would not be surprised at all that if he turns out to be a good player for us. He's doing a lot of good things in practice, and very confident he'll be a good special teams player. The guy gives great effort all the time. He's fast and he can hit. He could probably go over and play defense if he wanted to. He's just one of those guys that's you can't have too many of those type of guys on your team.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.